Hey everybody, this is Nicky Nick. We're going to get started in just a few moments. Just making some last minute checks. Hey everybody, this is Nicky Nick, and thank you for joining me on this night of the witching hour. So we have some videos for you. I haven't seen these videos before. I chose them because of their title. So it's pretty much clickbait, right? Because we're looking for stuff that is scary on YouTube. So I picked a couple of users on YouTube that have compilation videos, so there may be an occasion where a commercial may pop up that I'm not controlling, which is on YouTube, which is fine. But other than that, let's get the scare on. I hope you got your snacks. I got my snacks. You have to also excuse me. Hey, Dog Boss. Today is the first time I've been outside in a long time, and my allergies are kicking my butt. So I'll be muting a lot as my nose gets all, convoluted and stuffy and yucky. But anyways, let's turn off this music and start the videos. Hello, everybody. Hello. So I got me some coleslaw because I had some bonchon chicken, which is Korean fried chicken. And my Ritz crackers with some cream cheese. And a glass of water. Stuffy noses are sexy. Oh, okay. So the first video is 10 creepy videos that will make you run. Will it? Let's find out.
Number 10. Do you believe that gnomes, duendes, little people, or whatever you choose to call them actually exist? CCTV camera captured this busy creature running along the sidewalk on a busy day. It's too short to be a child, but has the body structure of a full-grown adult.
How is it too short to
What
be a
else could
child?
it possibly be, other than a creature of the paranormal?
Really? Okay, so the first video sucks.
Number 9. This next video is just creepy. We see there is a semi-transparent figure running. It only stays halfway visible at some points in time, then seems to dissolve away at others. Could it be some kind of risen phantom or nightwalker? In the past, people would summon such beings in graveyards to seek their revenge. What do you think it was? Number 8. The chance of this being a cluster of satellites in the night sky is very low. Do you think alien UFOs or something man-made?
Wow.
Why are they all going that way?
Still not scary enough to make me want to run.
I don't know what it is. There's more. Why are they all going that way?
Number 7. Something straight out of a horror movie. A murder of crows all gathered on roofs in a neighborhood. If this were your home, do you take this as a positive sign, or perhaps fate trying
Okay,
to
what
send
freaks
you a
me out is that
message?
their wings are open. I've never seen crows do that before. But gather on the roofs? Yeah, that happens a lot here in California.
Number 6. Ghost at the office. There is a ghostly white figure hovering in the middle of the office corridor. It stops in clear view of the camera and then vanishes. Would you show up for your shift the next morning or call in sick?
That doesn't look real either. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look like a real ghost. Cameron Diaz dressed all in white, trying to break
Number
into your
5.
vault.
A glitch in reality or an extremely windy day? This video still is
the-
unexplained. As the young boy attempts to run across the street, an unseen force literally throws him into the air. We hope he is unharmed as he appears to be fine afterwards. But how and why did this happen?
Look, even the ladies all, what the hell?
Number 4.
Okay, that one was
The
weird.
scooter is parked and no one touches or even goes near it. Then why did it start up and drive off, crashing
I ain't
into
afraid of no
oncoming
ghosts.
traffic as if it was possessed?
I don't know about that one.
Number 3. A case of simple physics at play or something paranormal. The bottle is flipped over, then defying gravity, bounces upright again. The woman is confused, looking on and trying to make sense out of what just happened as she tries to explain it to the man.
She's like, did you see that? Yeah, not scared enough to make me run.
Number 2. This one is spine-tinglingly creepy. They say that no one is back there, but yet we see the full shadow of a person standing there. They aren't moving at all, then in the next couple of seconds, they vanish.
Okay, how long are we going to look at this video that's not scary?
Number 1. Look at the possessed doll.
It falls. And it crawls. Oh, you see that? I got bars. It falls, then it crawls.
It crashes to the ground on its own. This wouldn't have been so strange if it didn't slide across the floor all by itself. This wasn't caused by gravity. Something supernatural is at play. The dog is even terrified, barking at the doll and later running away in fear. Do you think that the doll is really haunted? Or do you have a more logical explanation to debunk this?
I have no logical explanation, and these weren't scary.
Check out some of our other interesting videos on screen now, and I'll see you next time.
I'll see you next time. Sandbox 10. That was a fail.
It's weird because...
Alright. Now maybe this will be scary. There was a video that I wanted to see that wasn't scary. This one. Let's watch this one first. Even though it says top 10 scary moments caught on camera. Okay. We got the weak stuff out of the way. Hopefully as we progress, they'll get scarier.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. So are these videos. From harrowing mountain climbs to collapsing dams, these are the top 10 scary moments caught on camera. Number 10. Dam collapse. Lackluster dam engineering can devastate entire communities. The results can take lives. This footage, published in February of 2019, is just another example of how important proper engineering can be. On January 25th, 2019, the Brumadinho Dam in Brazil collapsed, releasing a mudflow that destroyed offices, houses, inns, farms, and roads, taking the lives of some 270 people. This video shows the very moment when the dam collapsed, releasing floodwaters of mining waste. Even more horrifying, this waste could also enter into the soil and rivers, and could go on to impact the entire region's farming and ecosystem. One moment you see a green hill surrounded by mountains, seemingly secure. The next you see that hill crumble like dominoes and melt away. As the structure reveals its weakness, you wouldn't want to be in its path when it gives way. Number 9. Giant hail. Hail has been known to do some serious damage, but it's not often this serious. Published to YouTube by Preston B in May of 2017, this dashcam footage will make you want to duck and cover. Shot in a hailstorm in Wheat Ridge, Colorado on May 8, 2017, Preston writes that he was heading home on the I-70W when he ran into a little weather. You can hear it before you see it. A loud bang on the windshield has the driver and passenger wondering what that noise was. Well, they'll soon find out.
There goes my windshield. Oh my god.
The hail starts coming louder and more rapidly. It's so big that it cracks the windshield before your very eyes, not just once, not twice, over and over again. By the end of the video, the entire windshield looks like an angry ex took a baseball bat to it outside a golf course of hail as big as golf balls blankets the road. The car's damage doesn't end with the front windshield. The back has been completely smashed out, and the roof and hood of the car are littered with dents. Let's hope he had insurance. Number 8, Half Dome Climb. It was a sad day at Yosemite National Park when a 29-year-old woman from Arizona fell over 500 feet from the Half Dome of Yosemite. Published to YouTube by 12 News in September of 2019. This GoPro footage shows each step of the climb that would take her life. Taken by 12 News reporter Kristen Keel, the footage shows the terrifying granite cliff trail that so recently took a life. The trail includes cables installed each year with wooden planks placed along the trail every 10 to 15 feet so climbers can rest for a moment. Gloves are recommended when climbing this stretch, as climbers grip onto cable while scaling the mountain. Keel said there were times during the descent that she wasn't sure she was going to make it.
Sell online and grow your business with Wix e-commerce. Create a beautiful
And she wondered why she'd put herself in this situation. She noted the granite is slippery, so getting a solid footing is a struggle, and your grip on the cables is what counts, while wearing a harness and clipping is an option. Keel says it's rare for climbers to choose to do so on the mountain. The round trip climbs up the 8,800 foot rock face of the Half Dome, which is 14 miles, while the most dangerous part is only around 400 feet. That's 400 feet of this slippery, steep descent. Truly a horrific event transpired here. Number 7, Blade Man. Never open your home to anyone who appears to be holding something strange. Published to YouTube by News 1130 in November of 2020. This scary home security footage caught a strange man wandering neighborhood properties, hacking away at people's yards. Not only was the man wielding a big blade, but in his other gloved hand, he held another blade. The footage shows him approaching one of the homes and knocking and ringing the doorbell over and over. He is seen trying to unscrew something near the door using one of the blades. This wasn't the only footage shared online. Others caught the same man on their properties as well and alerted the police. The man was soon taken into custody, although his motive remains unclear.
Oh my God,
Number
he's even
6,
creepy looking.
Ghost
Oh.
Passerby. This phantom caretaker was caught on nanny cam in the baby's room of a Highland, Michigan couple. The scary specter is seen quite clearly in one of the scariest nanny cam ghost videos out there. The transparent blur passes by the baby's crib in the darkened room, and the baby seems to sense its presence. The baby stands up, gripping the side of the crib. As YouTuber Dale Nichols notes in the comments, they say animals and babies can sense or see ghosts. That baby's attention was definitely alerted to something as it walked past. While this would scare many off from the home in a heartbeat, the couple has decided to stay for now. Number 5, Good Save. High stress situations tend to show our true nature. This one captured the bravery of this young man from Utah who saved his friend's life. Published to YouTube in October of 2020 by Fox 13 News Utah. The footage follows a young man who starts choking on something in the cafeteria. He gets up from his table, clearly struggling, and walks to the next table before kneeling over. After watching their friends struggle for a moment, one kid doesn't wait another second. Once his friend gestures at him for help, he gets up and performs the maneuver.
Hey, are you trying to figure out how to get your first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube?
No.
Maybe you haven't.
which most of us have been taught, all while wearing his backpack. Although it takes him 9 times to get the food to come up, he manages to get the job done. Then, clearly proud of himself, he celebrates it for about 3 seconds before sitting down to finish lunch. This is the friend you want in your corner. Number 4, Find Corey. On September 24th, 2016, Corey
Thank God he was
McKeague
there.
went missing around the area of Bury St. Edmunds and Suffolk, England. This CCTV footage published in October of 2016 to YouTube by hashtag Find Corey shows the serviceman's last known movements. From one angle, he is seen somewhere meandering down the road, not walking a straight line. He passes 2 men and appears to drop something on the ground, which he quickly picks up before continuing on. Another camera view shows him walking casually around a corner with his hands in his pockets. The town center footage shows McKeague enter a cul-de-sac with wheelie bins in it. This is where he was last seen. His mobile phone was tracked from this cul-de-sac to a landfill. At first, the police weren't planning to search for the missing man there, as the garbage truck along that route was only estimated to be carrying 33 pounds. Later, however, they discovered the weight was around 220 pounds. The €2.1 million investigation has not yet turned up Corey, although authorities believe that the missing man was crushed by a garbage can and that his passed away body is somewhere in the landfill, and some theories suggest foul play, but regardless, his disappearance remains a mystery. The search for Corey McKeague continues. Number 3, Cedar Rapids derecho storm. Become a storm chaser or head to the cellar. This homeowner did both when the Cedar Rapids derecho storm blew into his neighborhood. Published to YouTube by E. Hindman in August of 2020. This footage shows a quick as lightning storm roll in, one that devastated Iowa for hundreds of miles around. Hindman said he daringly took some footage of the storm out his window, setting up a camera there before safeguarding himself in the basement. What he captured was half an hour of one of the most brutal storms you'll ever see. The video shows the storm rile up ferociously, wind and rain whipping through while tree branches roll like tumbleweed down the road. At some point the trees are just being thrown full stop. The sturdy looking pine that stands in Hindman's front yard, which has made it this far, doesn't make it out alive. Its stump breaks clean in half and another larger tree falls across the
Your skincare routine sucks. Sorry, I had to say it. Here's what most skincare companies
yard. They are blown away with the others. Hindman writes, the damage in this area of Iowa was like being hit by a 40-mile wide tornado. The storm took 4 lives, cut off power to nearly the entire city, contributed to the record-tying $16 billion worth of weather damage that impacted the US last year, according to the Washington Post. Number 2, Calvary Dover tornado. This tornado meant business. Published to YouTube by Calvary Dover in August of 2020. This twister hit Delaware on August 4th, 2020 around 9 a.m. The damage it did was massive, with the first tornado touching down in nearby Sandtown about 30 minutes earlier. The destruction of Dover wasn't far behind. The pastor of Calvary Church was at an eye appointment when the storm hit. He received a tornado warning on his phone after a power outage, and as reported by Delaware Online, he said that people began feeling pressure in their ears. A sheer downpour begins as the wind picks up speed, pulling and pushing debris all over. Tarps and cardboard from who knows where are thrown about. Inside, the storm appears to have torn ceiling tiles clear away and insulation out of the ceiling. A staffer notes in the video that they lost part of the roof of their education wing, where the students would have been had the school not shut down the day previous. While the church may be able to rebuild, this video of the total and utter destruction will not soon be forgotten. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious. Number 1. The misidentified photograph. 9 years.
Mr. Nilsson has confessed to killing 15 men over a period of 5 years.
After the events of September 11th, a family finally received closure, and that closure came in the form of a single picture taken by a Danish businessman. The photo was of 35-year-old Brooklyn fireman Gary Box. For nearly a decade, Gary's parents had no idea when or how he passed, although they assumed that he had on the infamous day. Judson Box, Gary's father, did not have a chance to speak to his son that day, and with his passing a continuing mystery, Gary's sister Christine visited the tribute center and was asked by an employee if she was looking for someone particular. When she told the employee who she was looking for, she was shown a picture of fireman Brian Bilcher. Unfortunately, the photo misidentified Brian, who is also part of her brother's fire squad, as Gary. Judson was motivated by this to look further. While scouring through the photos one night, he fell asleep. He woke up the next morning to his wife revealing that she'd finally found him. She'd found Gary. He is seen in the photo racing towards the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel to the towers. Box went on to find the photographer who had been heading to a meeting that fateful day when he got stuck in the traffic tunnel. After turning on the radio and hearing the news, firefighters were seen racing through the tunnel when a traffic jam occurred. Gary's dad contacted the photographer and received what he'd been searching for all those years, some context or timeline of what happened to his son. The pair corresponded by email and even met in person, with Judson thanking the man profusely for giving him some semblance of closure. Prepare yourself. These videos are so scary that they've been known to terrify even the bravest of people.
Yeah, so far we haven't been terrified. Alright, that was the second warm-up. Let's get to this one. This is Frostmare's scary videos that are too creepy for you. Are they too creepy for you? For you? For you? For you? Will they be too creepy for me? I don't know. So far, they're not too creepy.
The next video was uploaded by
What?
Zane
Wait.
Eager,
Wait.
and he states,
Wait, what? She's back? How can she be back? Are you vaccinated? Did you get vaccinated? Is your mom vaccinated? Is your brother vaccinated? Both my kids got their first vaccinations. My parents are vaccinated. My brother is vaccinated. I'm not vaccinated.
It's that it was recorded by one of his machine operators during a night shift. The man was moving a machine towards a new community. The community is quite far from everything else, and the area on the way barely has anybody else on the road, especially at night. But somehow, something seemed to ram the machine that the man was operating. And then an even stranger event unfolded. Let's check it out.
Wait. Wait. Your mom was the one who had the most reservations out of all of you, and she's vaccinated and you guys aren't? That's funny. What's wrong? What's wrong, dude? 'Cause 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 What the Okay, wait. Let's rewind this. Let's rewind this. Hold on. What did you say? She cooked tonight. Mom and I are gut sick. I had a pain in the Gulliver. Meatballs and mashed taters. They allowed her before they allowed us. We have only recently become eligible here. Oh. I feel like Washington was slower than most other states. Oh, I see. Yeah, I thought our age group here in California, our age group was going to be eligible in the summer, but the timeline has been moved up where they said anybody above 16 can now get shots, get vaccines. I've looked online. Trust me, I haven't looked hard, but I've looked online to schedule a vaccine shot, and all the places that I've looked were all booked up. And then last week, my daughter goes, "Yeah, I got an appointment." I'm like, what? So the grocery store, she got her shot at the grocery store. So I guess I could look at the grocery store to see if I can get a shot, but we'll see. Let's rewind this a
on the road, especially at night. But somehow, something seemed to ram the machine that the man was operating. And then an even stranger event unfolded. Let's check it out.
Big the moon is, it's really big.
Yes, I called it vaccine. Wait, what does that say? We rode equipment in and out of the project quite often, and the roads are all new and smooth.
No.
Nothing will cause the loader to react that violently. Nothing there. Looks in the camera. He looks behind him. He looks in the camera. There's a person. He looks behind him. He's like, what? He drives off. He's like, no.
Look, I know you're just as sick of these make money online ads as I am.
Somebody seemed to be standing right behind the machinery, but when checking and looking over his shoulders, the driver didn't see anybody, which frightened him to the core. So we really need to ask the question, what happened here? The whole area is deserted, and the houses in the background were all model homes where nobody was residing in. I guess it's pretty hard to answer. Maybe somebody was hiding there at the site to scare him. But perhaps something way more unexplainable was going on here. How weird, isn't it?
No.
Why is he saying no?
Next was recorded by a young man, and is yet another unsettling recording which had been obtained within the four walls of a home. User Matt has uploaded it to the paranormal section of Reddit to see if anybody had an idea at what he was looking at there. He states that he caught this video the same day and that he can see a floating set of eyes that seem to walk across the background right behind his girlfriend. Apparently the security system had captured it.
Oh, that is creepy.
It's really hard to say, since we're looking at one of these potato camera recordings, but one could think that it is in fact a figure stepping into the frame, possibly wearing a robe or a dress, and I see a face. Not sure about the glowing pair of eyes necessarily. What do you see? Is it just a hoax? Or perhaps a paranormal apparition that visited that night? Mysterious.
I don't know if they're eyes either, but something's...
The next capture was recorded and
glowing.
sent to me by Pee-wee, who stated that he caught this anomaly frequently outside the window of his cabin. This fairy-like shape can apparently even make its way through glass into his room. Pretty curious.
He said
It's pretty safe
fairy-like
to say
shape.
that this thing is no normal light anomaly.
What?
And since it can make its way through solid material, I have no clear explanation of what is happening there. Could it also be a strange reflection caused by something outside the cabin? Please share your thoughts with me. At least this is nothing that I have ever witnessed myself, and I grew up in
Very
the countryside too.
Well, is the window actually closed? I mean, is there actually glass in there? That wasn't scary though.
A while ago, a viewer and fan from the channel Mindsea TV had inherited the house of his former grandfather, and it appeared that the same building seemed to inherit some kind of entity, since the man saw some really strange things at night, and also was witness to inexplicable sounds, and he even saw furniture being moved in front of his own eyes. Tonight the team from Mindsea TV traveled to the house and started to conduct an
Looked like a
investigation.
magic perm coming
Let's see what
from
they could find.
Impregnated someone. Magic
Besides their
sperm
SLS camera
to
malfunctioning,
impregnate.
they captured this thing in the window.
A reflection.
I'm trying not to, bro. It just, I feel like someone's looking at me from over there. Because the light's aiming over there. It's just weird. And that face on the wall, too. There's just things like from that direction that are right out.
After a short Ovilus session, they think they have heard the piano play, which would be pretty odd since nobody else was at home.
Why is there a piano in the hallway?
I'm telling you, I think I heard the piano. We'll have to listen to the tape, but like, I thought I heard something.
What a weird place to put a piano.
A key press down, like, maybe that was that.
And then, via a Ouija board, they try to open the portal to directly contact
It even says
whatever is
demon
inheriting this home.
board.
Probably a bad idea.
Jesus.
You should never play with forces. If you don't know what you're doing, so don't try this at home.
One of the main rules of the Ouija boards is never.
Then they play with the
Wait,
piano
what?
again. At home.
Never remove your hands once contact has been made. Do you know how many times people have removed their hands when that thing starts moving? They go, "Did you move it? Did you move it?" I mean, this rule is broken every single time. Oh my god. Ouija board is not a toy.
Then they play with the piano again to connect to the spirit directly, and they might have opened the door without even knowing.
And, go ahead, make a sound. Can you give us a little sound?
You would totally put a...
All of a sudden,
You would totally
the whole
put a
house
piano in the
starts
hallway
shaking
and a
forcefully,
drum set
and our
in
two
front of the
investigators are pretty
toilet.
startled. What could be the reason for this?
How would you get to the toilet
Is
if
it a
the
dark
drum set was in
entity
front of it?
letting them know that they're no longer welcome here? Incredible activity. Hey guys, if you wish to support me to enjoy many more videos, please consider becoming a member and joining my
Frosty
channel.
Manticore. Oh, I was gonna read the names.
Now we are following the team of Exploring with Eric, who went into a supposedly haunted restaurant to to set up an investigation and to see whatever might inherit this old building. There have been a ton of documented sightings and noises that are freaking out customers and staff alike. Let's take a look.
The documentary you've been waiting for.
There's some amazingly advanced technologies. A lot of
There's been reports of the doors shutting down in the bathroom, reports in the kitchen, lights been flickering. People believe that there might be some sort of good or bad entity just trapped here or hanging around. But this is like the oldest foundation of the bar. I won't fall here. Very creepy. You know, you start to hear things. I'm starting to hear things, and it could be, you know, little creeps. You know, this foundation is very old. Actually far from the shelf.
The investigation starts in the basement this night, and little by little, activity seems to be unfolding.
Happy to, you know, communicate with you, make your voice heard. We have devices that will allow this, that will allow this, that will allow.
I don't hear anything.
I'm just gonna stay quiet real quick. Very, whoa, out of focus. That was weird.
Eric and his partner then sit down at the bar, and they invite the spirit, or whatever is around, to take a seat next to them. And it might be this invitation that causes a shadow apparition to be seen, just for a brief moment.
Move your chair. You have the power to do so. Are you behind us? Are you behind us? Are you behind us?
There's a shadow. Okay, when this shadow.
Eric believes that they could capture the spirit of a little.
Let me show you something. When this shadow. Behind him. When this shadow's moving, there's a shadow over here. This guy's shadow. Oh, right here. Right here. Do you see my mouse?
Behind us?
It was right behind. Did you guys see that? It was right behind his head.
Eric believes that they could capture the spirit of a little child which was running by, and on the wall we can see its reflection. Could this be the case? Interesting to see a child apparition in an old bar, wouldn't you say so?
Because it wasn't
but
a
what
child.
do I know? A really great capture, I'd say.
Oh, they didn't see the one behind the dude's head. Okay, let me just look.
Take a seat next to them, and it might be this invitation
right here,
that causes a shadow apparition to be seen,
right here,
just for a
or the
brief
guy back there?
moment.
Move your chair. You have the power to do so.
Oh, there's other people. Okay, I didn't see those people back there. Who is he?
Are you behind us?
Oh, it's this guy. Okay, never mind. I thought I saw something that was, you know.
Eric believes that they could capture the spirit of a little child which was running by, and on the wall. So,
Yeah.
but what do I know?
I was wrong.
This video was uploaded by a user named The Highway 9, and it features him on a hiking trip. He titled the video, Never Go Into a Cave
You're
Alone,
right, Dog Boss.
and he states that he found what appeared to be the entrance to an old cave. The curious
Look at all that
adventurer
dust.
that he is, he decides to check it out, and documents the mysterious descent that him and his shepherd dog undertake. And he seemed to be alone at first, but it is after a few minutes that something he finds in the tunnels actually might prove him wrong.
Okay, Cass. That was my cat trying to stop the video. He has left now.
Out. Come here. Come on. Come on.
He's like, I'm not
Go.
staying outside. At least he's a trained dog. It's part chow. Where did his dog go? I don't feel too good about this one. Oh, there's bats! Oh, shit. Where's his dog?
Stay behind me.
He told his dog to stay behind him. I'm impressed if he has a dog this well trained.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, shit!
Come on. Come on.
Holy shit.
An apparition in a dark robe and a pale face is waiting for him at the end of the tunnel, not moving once. Terrifying. How is this possible? Must have been something from another realm, right? If it isn't staged, of course.
Why
It
does it have to
certainly
be
gave
from
him
another
nightmares
realm?
afterwards,
Some
and people
creepy
couldn't come up
dude
with a good
or
explanation of what we are looking at here. Nevertheless, thanks for watching, guys.
It was Batman. Oh, these videos are killing me. Alright, so this one is a new person. This is Lutch Green. Most disturbing secret undercover videos ever. I haven't seen this video. You can see that this shadow guy behind the... Oh, okay. I haven't seen this video. I haven't seen any of these videos. I am a patron of clickbait. So let's see how disturbing this video is. Secret undercover videos ever.
6. On the afternoon of December 7, 2003, Daniel Morecombe left his Palmwoods home on Queensland's Sunshine Coast and set off for the Sunshine Plaza Shopping Centre in Maroochydore. The 13-year-old wanted to get a haircut and buy Christmas presents for his family. He never made it there. Daniel was tragically abducted and murdered. Queensland police knew who was responsible for Daniel's murder, but they just needed two things: a confession and a body. Then, on August 13, 2011, Brett Peter Cowan was arrested by police and charged with Daniel's murder. Cowan had been a suspect almost from day one, but had been essentially excluded after police concluded he had only half an hour to have committed the offense. However, the former truck driver's alibi fell apart at the inquest when his drug dealer and her partner said they couldn't recall him visiting them the afternoon of Daniel's disappearance. By the time Cowan had finished testifying, police bosses had given the green light to an undercover police operation so elaborate it could have come straight from the pages of a crime novel. On his April 2011 flight back to his new hometown of Perth, the suspect got talking to a friendly and likable young man in the next seat. He and Joe exchanged phone numbers and met several times over the next few weeks. Joe was actually an undercover police officer. Joe had some friends, Fitzy and Jeff, who portrayed themselves as members of a powerful criminal gang whose mantra was loyalty, honesty, and respect. Cowan was given $150 to help Joe stake out the arrivals gate at Perth Airport for a man the crime gang was interested in. In the following months, he was involved in 23 more crime scenarios, including bribing a customs officer and trafficking weapons, illegal crayfish, and even blood diamonds from Africa. The unemployed drifter told his new friends the easy money and mateship were what dreams are made of. "I found the job that I've been waiting for all these years," Cowan said, unaware the conversation was being recorded. Cowan was told he could earn $100,000 on a big job, but there was a catch. The gang had learned he would be subpoenaed for another probe into Daniel Morecombe's disappearance. In a plush Perth hotel room, the gang's big boss suggested Cowan would be dropped like a hot potato unless he confessed. The syndicate needed to know the details so they could fix any evidence Cowan may have left behind. "Yeah, okay, yeah, I did it," Cowan said before matter-of-factly describing how he'd lured Daniel into his car, driven him to an isolated spot, pulled his pants down, and choked him. Cowan's detailed and chilling confession was recorded on a hidden camera, and the video was played at his trial almost 3 years later. Cowan told them that he had spotted Daniel waiting for a bus under the Keel Mountain Road overpass. He said he parked his white Mitsubishi Pajero in a nearby church car park and walked to the bus stop where Daniel was waiting. Cowan said he offered Daniel a lift to the Sunshine Plaza shopping center, but instead drove the young teenager to an abandoned, demountable house on a macadamia farm in the Glass House Mountains. "I went in the house and then came back and said to Daniel, 'Do you want a drink before we go?' He came inside and I went to pull his pants down. I panicked and I grabbed him." Cowan grabbed Daniel around the neck with the crook of his arm.
What the
Daniel allegedly died in the struggle. "It was 10 to 15 minutes and I was back in the car and driving back home." Cowan said he left Daniel's body covered in branches near an old sand mine and returned about a week later with a shovel to bury Daniel.
Is this all about
Audio recorded when Cowan showed undercover police the bushland site where he dumped Daniel's body was also used as evidence against him. The teen's remains were found almost exactly where the killers said they would be. On March 13, 2014, Brett Peter Cowan was found guilty of indecently dealing with Daniel Morecombe, murdering him, and interfering with his corpse. At the trial, it was revealed Cowan was a serial pedophile and had 2 previous convictions for sexually abusing children. He was sentenced to life in prison with a 20-year non-parole period.
Oh my god. This
5.
Is disturbing. Is that the name of this? Yep. Most disturbing.
In 2017, an episode of the BBC docuseries Stacey Dooley Investigates revealed soulless Filipina mothers who eagerly advertised their own children to foreign pedophiles.
Okay, I'm done.
Stacey, a London-born...
This is so disturbing that I'm going to turn it off. Lord have mercy. I didn't think it was that kind of disturbing. I thought it was freaking fake stuff, but okay. Let's get back to the scary videos.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 5 scary videos you should not watch before bedtime. Today's sponsor is Wicked Clothes. So I was standing there in front of the mirror in my white shirt thinking, damn, I suck. All of a sudden, someone rang the doorbell. It was Death himself. He told me I had 48 hours to get some wicked cool shirts, or he would come back to collect me. I panicked. Hours swiftly went by and I'd begun accepting my fate. Out of nowhere, I heard a faint voice whispering, "Wicked." I turned around and a box had appeared. I opened the box and I knew in that moment my life had been saved. When Death returned to my apartment, he was so impressed with my new shirts that he wanted to be my friend. And we hung out all night. I would like to thank Wicked Clothes for sponsoring today's video and ultimately saving my life. If you also want Death himself to like you, I suggest you follow this link, wickedclothes.com/SirSpooks, where you can buy some wicked clothes and get 10% off any purchase. Using my link, the 10% will automatically apply on checkout. Now back to the video.
I thought it was a real
Over on the subreddit Unexplained Photos, Reddit username Blackbird9251 shared a creepy video and is asking for any help on what could have possibly caused the events in the video to happen. The uploader thankfully provides us with a bit of context, saying, I got this from my girlfriend today. This footage is from her cousin's workshop. I uploaded what I got, but the activity happens right after the 2-minute mark and right at the end. So, what kind of activity is Blackbird talking about? Well, let's have a look.
Interesting.
If this video is indeed real, then I have no idea what could have caused this ukulele to move around all on its own like that, because the manner in which it moved was incredibly unnatural, understandably causing some to believe it was being moved by a spirit. The cousin who owns the workshop said that the shop alarm went off 3 times in the middle of the night, but every time he checked the footage, nobody was there. But when he checked the footage, this is what he saw captured on the tape. So, what was moving this ukulele? I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comments.
I have no idea.
Dominic Matikian posted a video to his TikTok account which seemingly just shows him relaxing in his bed and unwinding for the day. But as you will soon find out, this day was anything but relaxing for Dominic. While he's laying down, he hears something both disturbing and also plain annoying for anybody that is trying to get some rest after a long day at work. So without further ado, let's have a listen and see what is bothering him.
So it's literally 3 in the afternoon, and it's been happening more during the day, and it's just not even scary. It's just, it's really just annoying at this point, to be completely honest. I can't take this anymore.
With banging noises on the door that loud,
wow.
You would suspect that there obviously has to be somebody
Okay,
behind
look
the
at the
door
bottom of the
knocking
door.
that
I
much.
thought I saw a
But as you
shadow.
can see, there was nobody behind Dominic's door.
But look,
Or
look at
maybe
this.
the video had a clever cut somewhere. Or a friend of his behind the door managed to quickly hide before Dominic opened the door completely. What do you think was causing these loud banging noises? Be sure to let me know all of your theories in the comment section.
Do you think that was real?
When you are in the shower, you really don't expect anything unusual to happen. But as the movie Psycho and this video by TikTok user Marlene Anna White go to show, that is not always the case.
What the hell is this? I only have one baby at my house today. The rest of them are with grandma. You can clearly hear my baby in the living room crying. I was on the toilet when I felt like something was watching me. I've been on edge ever since I took a picture and my dad was behind me by the door. So I decided to turn the camera on and record. This is not my dad. I don't know what it is.
Oh, it moved.
I know you've seen it move before and after, I gasped.
Who are you? Hello?
Anna clarifies that the baby you're looking at is not her baby, and says that she only has one baby and that it is in an entirely different room, and if you look carefully, you can even see it move slightly at some point. Anna says that ever since this incident happened, she has been on edge, and judging from the looks of things, she has yet to fully understand what it was that she saw that day. By all accounts, it absolutely looks like a baby right down to the shape and size of it. But that's impossible because Anna has one baby and it was in a different room when this video was filmed. Where did this strange baby come from and how did it get inside Anna's bathroom? It's a mystery we may never solve.
So, I'm sitting here on this cot and a ghost shows up in my shower.
Now, white pairs of
and
leggings
I
are my
go,
favorite, and these ones are super dope because they have this little ribbon mesh detail at the bottom of them.
An Arab YouTuber is doing an outdoor exploration of a creepy looking area in the middle of the night, presumably looking for something of interest to show his subscribers. For the first 20 minutes or so of the exploration, the man is unable to find anything of real interest. The area that he's looking around seems to be as quiet as can be, seeing as how it is in the middle of the night and there aren't any cars or pedestrians walking by, which makes sense. But towards the end of the video, the uploader finds something truly horrifying that I'm sure he wasn't expecting.
هيو والله هيو 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 السلام عليكم شو مرة استنى دقيقة أجيب عليه عيونه بخوفه
What the hell is that? Oh, his eyes are glowing like a...
استنى عيونه بالماء نار
What the frick is that?
يبي عيونه راسي يا عمي مش متحمل بس لا اله الا الله يبي عيونه ضوني كثير والله العظيم باي يا الله يا الله طيب شو بيعمل هيك بس يرفع ايده عيونه بيضوجن بزياده يا الله عيونه بيضوجن راسي يا الله يا الله يبي عيونه شو بسوي رمى عصايته
I'm gonna raise this
معقول بدنا
in the air,
يبي عيونه
and I'm gonna drop it.
يا رب
His eye, okay, he turned.
لا يا عم شنو ايش بأشر يا الله بأشر غاي
The light on his face disappeared.
يا الله
Oh, he's gone.
ما لحقتش يا زلمه.
Although most people would run and flee from the scene as soon as they saw this creepy looking figure, this YouTuber proceeds to shine a flashlight on the figure and its glowing red eyes for quite some time, and the figure seemingly looks at the camera the entire time.
No, not the entire time.
The first time I watched this video, I fully expected this entity to come chasing after the YouTuber, but it never does. It merely stands up top of the cliff and never does anything to harm the uploader. Even still though, I would like to think that if you stumbled upon this figure in the middle of the night, you would not only run home, but you'd probably have nightmares for weeks.
Why did he look away?
The Paranormies are quickly rising YouTube channel, and it's not
fake.
hard to see why so many people are starting to catch on to their videos. They often upload interesting and creepy exploration style videos, as well as other chilling paranormal related content to scratch your horror itch. In this video, the group are venturing out to a terrifying ghost motel located near East Braintree in southeastern Manitoba. A couple of minutes into the video, the group are situated in a small room, getting equipment ready and making an attempt to contact the dead. Not too long into the attempt, this happens.
The same voice at the table, leave.
Oh, it froze? I'm sorry.
Was that, did you hear that?
Yeah, I felt it on the ground, like something hit the ground.
Did you see, so did you miss the video with the entity with the red glowing eyes?
I'm just gonna go check. To me,
Let me know and I'll roll it back.
Came from the bathroom.
Okay, I just thought we were finally actually getting some decent responses.
Join.
He takes off running.
A couple of minutes later, they start to explore the kitchen area of the motel, which looks surprisingly intact despite a little bit of a mess. But while exploring, two creepy things happen that are completely unexplainable.
Okay, thank you. Can you tell us on the Ovilus what your name is? That was me. Warm?
Warm.
Are we getting warmer?
It may have been a little hard to hear, but what sounds like an entity says the word warm on the Ovilus device after one of the crew members asks what its name is.
Yeah, I thought it was dumb too.
But that was not the only time in the video in which something chilling happens with the Ovilus device. A little while later into the investigation, this can be heard.
On these TVs by now.
Wonder if that bush cam is catching anything.
Jaden.
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
It said Jaden right before that happened. Is there a
My
third?
knees are shaking. Holy shit, dude. I know that this building's falling apart, but that still doesn't make sense.
At this point, they are probably getting a little unsettled by everything going on, but nevertheless, they move into one of the bedrooms to take a look. While inside, they spot something both fascinating and creepy on one of the windows.
I'm gonna stop.
There's a handprint on the window.
Whoa, that's creepy.
Like something was dragged.
It does look like
straight-
that.
straight
Yeah, it
marks?
looks like, yeah. That's messed up, man.
A couple of minutes later, while they are looking into the bathrooms, something else catches their attention. Take a look at this.
You hear that?
That's Lorraine. That's Lorraine.
This is the first real time that we heard Lorraine going off when we weren't in the same room. There's been moments like Hangman's Church where we were 100 feet away and she'd gone off, but we strongly believe at this point that she's going off due to our flashlights. This time is a lot different. Also, another thing to note on is that my phone died almost immediately after Lorraine went off when we were in the other room. We'd been changing out batteries and I had pockets full of batteries all night that we were changing with cameras, flashlights, even the big light that we had that's supposed to run for 8 hours died in about 2.5 hours.
Whoa. Is that us this time?
That would have been me.
After this, it seems like the crew are only going to explore a little bit longer, and then they will finally pack their things and go. But before they are able to leave, they are given one last scare to go with them. Look at this.
I don't know where it went. It must be...
Wait, you don't have the spirit box?
No, it must be in a different room. Hang on. I'm gonna go grab it. Oh my god.
What the? Holy shit. Who was that? Can you tell me on the Ovilus?
Holy shit, dude. That camera would have caught it.
Unholy.
Unholy?
It said unholy.
Yeah, time to go.
Oh, man.
Time to go.
I'm going in this room.
To me, this seems like a terrifying motel that you wouldn't want to visit.
Oh my god.
Time to go.
What the? Holy shit.
And that was 5 scary videos you should not watch before bedtime. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content. My name is Sir Spooks, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh my goodness. These were a bust. Alright. these scary photos are freaking viewers out. Will it freak me out? Slaptam, you're my only hope.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. The following scary images are leaving people on edge. But as always, before we dive in, remember to hit that subscribe button for more creepy content, just like this. This eerie photo was uploaded to Reddit in March 2021 by user Phoenix783. They claim it's a still frame captured by their security system that faces the street outside their house. In it, we can see two diverging lanes with some houses in the background.
Wait, what motel was that? I mean, is that local or something? I wasn't listening.
On one of the lanes, you can see a figure standing bolt upright, with its hands out wide in an eerie stance.
Why is that an eerie stance?
When the image hit Reddit, it caused quite a stir, with over 100 people commenting and offering their theories. Quite a few people immediately thought it was just a mannequin, which is easy to understand. If you zoom in, the figure has no discernible features, very similar to a mannequin. But the question is, how did it get there? The uploader said that the camera only takes shots when it detects movement, so someone placing a mannequin in the laneway would have surely have been captured doing so on camera. So if it's not a mannequin, then what is it? Many other viewers claimed it had to be a Photoshop job. However, if you put a luminance gradient filter over the top of the image, you can clearly see that the figure is definitely there. It has depth and texture, and the light source matches its surroundings. Of course, there are a number of comments suggesting that the figure had to be paranormal in nature. Some even compared the image to the Fresno Nightcrawler, an elusive cryptid that's only been spotted a handful of times. Whatever way you look at it, it's definitely a creepy image, and until further information comes to hand, it will have to remain a complete mystery.
Hey, are you trying to figure out how to get your first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube? Yeah. Maybe you haven't started.
Hey gang, some of you may not realise we have an awesome range of macabre and creepy hoodies and tees.
Macabre.
We work closely with indie horror artists. This next photo started doing the social media rounds in late March 2021. It was picked up by a number of national news outlets in Australia and the rest of the world, and it's been giving viewers the chills ever since. Grandmother Tori McKenzie set up a motion-activated security camera at her son's house after her granddaughter Amber began complaining that an unwanted visitor kept appearing in her room late at night. Several days after the camera was set up, Tori received a notification on her phone that the camera had detected motion in her granddaughter's room. When she checked the photo, she couldn't believe what she saw. In the black and white image, we can see Amber's bedroom. Right in the center of frame is a bone-chilling figure. It has a strange hunch and awkward stance. Tori described it as a creature with a horn on its head and long claws. In the days that followed, Tori tried to rid the house of what she believes to be an evil presence. She claims that when she began burning special oils to cleanse the house, the curtains and cabinets flung open on their own, and music began to play by itself. When the image was initially shared to a paranormal group on Facebook, viewers were stunned at what had been captured, quickly offering advice. Many suggested that they should move out of the house right away, or contact a priest to confront the entity.
You can't just move right away.
Others thought the image was too good to be true, claiming it had to have been faked in some way, whether that be Photoshop or staged in person. Tori responded to the doubters saying she would have no idea how to digitally manipulate an image like that, and that she just wants to keep her family safe and would never pull a stunt like this. The family claims that strange orbs have been seen in the bedroom, but it wasn't until this freaky figure appeared that they took real action. Amber has since been removed and now sleeps in her dad's room. The family were told to burn nettle salt and Palo Santo or holy wood, an ingredient that's been used traditionally to clear out negative energy. Tori claims that every time they tried lighting the wood, it would mysteriously blow out, over and over again. It's at this point music would play for 5 seconds, then stop. This would repeat every time they tried lighting the wood. Ultimately, there's been no satisfying explanation for what's going on in this house. With all things considered, it's easy to see why many viewers believe the house is infested with a demonic presence.
I don't know about all that, jeez.
Economics is a really wide-ranging field, and it means that students coming with an economics degree can go into a
Excuse me.
One of our viewers, Jim from Rollystone in Perth, Western Australia, sent us this eerie photo. It was taken in a prison that is said to be so haunted that some people refuse to set foot in it. The Fremantle Prison in Western Australia is a former maximum security jail that was built in the 19th century by convict labour. In the late 1880s, the prison population grew significantly, blending a volatile mix of inmates who had only committed some petty violations with other prisoners who were known to be violent. The commingling of inmates led to management implementing a heavy-handed disciplinary system, making it one of Australia's most notorious punishment prisons. Prisoners were subjected to floggings, time in irons, and inhumane solitary confinement, some of which lasted for years. 44 men and women have been executed at the gallows in Fremantle Prison. In 1988, inmates started a riot when they were left outside to burn in 40-degree heat, which is over 100 in Fahrenheit. The incident drew public outcry, which ultimately led to the prison being shut down in 1991 for breaches to human rights. The prison is now open for ghost tours that are not for the faint-hearted. Our viewer Jim was touring the facility when he took this photo inside the room home to the gallows that took the lives of 44 inmates. Jim says that there was no one along the back wall when he took the photo, but there, clear as day, is the shadowy outline of a man staring back at the group. If you zoom in, you can make out 2 piercing red eyes and not much else, just deep black nothing. Jim claims he's not manipulated the image in any way, nor would he know how. If we apply a noise analysis filter over the top of the image, we can see that it appears that it hasn't been digitally altered in any way. Further still, if you apply another luminance filter, you can see the shadowy figure is there, but the light is interacting quite strangely with the object. It looks concave, as though the light of the room is passing through the object and not bouncing off it. Famed British medium David Wells travelled all the way from the UK just to visit Fremantle Prison. He took a tour of the jail and tried to hone in on any presences. While in the gallows, the very same room Jim took his photograph in, Wells said he could hear a strange metallic noise, almost like a set of keys rattling. While in an isolation cell that once housed sexual offenders, one of the members of the group felt an energy pull her towards a bed in the corner of the room. Others claim they felt hot, like a cloud of steam had condensed in the cell. Given all the agony, torture and death that's occurred inside the prison, is it possible a dark energy has been left behind? Could the spirits of abused inmates be left lingering in the dark halls of this old building? According to Jim's photo, it would seem so. This unsuspecting photo was sent to us by Javier M. It was allegedly taken by a doctor at the National Hospital of Chimaltenango in Guatemala. In the photo, you can see a long hallway with people in the distance. In the foreground is a woman with her head in her hands, sitting cross-legged on the floor. Judging by her posture, she looks as though she's been crying. Now, at first glance, you might think this is simply a sad image of someone upset at a hospital. However, when you look opposite to the lady on the floor, the image takes on a whole new level of creepy. On the tiling on the left-hand side, you can see the reflection of someone that isn't in the photo. The figure is dark, slightly hunched, and looks to be wearing a cloak or gown of some kind.
According to reports, the hallway leads to the emergency ward. Doctors and nurses often say you can hear disembodied footsteps and whispers along the corridor late at night. When the photo was first uploaded in late 2018, it spread like wildfire. It's often shared to social media and paranormal forums with the single phrase, "Notice anything weird in the picture?" Many theories have been thrown around to help explain the image. Some commenters say it's nothing more than double exposure, a glitch, or it's been manipulated. However, given the doctors' and nurses' testimony, many think the photo legitimately shows a spirit, perhaps someone that died in the emergency ward that's just meters away. But as always, I'll throw this one out to you. What do you think this eerie photo shows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below.
Celebrating Bubby's 70th birthday, 7 months after her birthday. We've got a plane for that.
Oh, now they're forcing commercials.
Croatian local Ivan Rubel was waiting at a bus stop in Zagreb when he spotted something strange. Rubel reached for his camera when he spotted two nuns that looked like bus conductors waiting in line for the next bus. He posted the photo to Facebook thinking it was amusing. That's when a friend pointed out the strange woman in the brown coat, saying, "There's a ghost in your photo." If you take a look at the woman in the coat, she appears to have transparent legs. You can see the white line that's directly in front of her. Rubel's post caught on, getting more than 100,000 views and a ton of comments, all speculating about what was going on in the photo. Some commenters thought it had to be a glitch in the camera, and Rubel would love to agree, but he said he's tried to replicate the effect many times with no luck. This has led to him believing that he's caught something supernatural on film. Rubel runs a walking tour through the old medieval districts of Zagreb, and says there's plenty of eerie history and ghost stories that linger in the old streets. Some viewers think Rubel has photoshopped the image to drum up a bit of interest in the town and his walking tours. So it remains to be seen whether this image shows anything paranormal, or whether it's a glitch or even some cheeky marketing. So let me know what you think's going on in this photo in the comments section below. Before we take a look at a chilling photo taken in Galveston, Texas, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and mysterious videos. This next eerie photo was captured by one of our viewers, Vittore Massaro. He was browsing a store and taking photos for his wife, who was at home at the time. He uploaded the photos to the cloud and didn't think anything of them until some years later when he decided to review them. That's when he noticed something strange. If you look to the right-hand side of the image, there's an eerie woman in the mirror's reflection. She's grey and almost translucent and is staring right at the camera. Her clothes look to be from a different time and she doesn't match the surroundings at all.
Getting all this detail out of this?
The image was taken in Galveston, Texas, which is reported to be one of America's most haunted cities. In 1900, an enormous hurricane hit the greater Galveston area. It ripped through the city with 145-mile-per-hour winds, which is around 230 kilometers, smashing homes and businesses. It's estimated that 7,000 buildings were destroyed in the storm, leaving around 10,000 people homeless. A further 6,000 to 12,000 people died tragically in the hurricane. At the time, it was the deadliest natural disaster in US history. It's this enormous loss of life that has led many to believe that Galveston is heavily haunted. Some say that if you're downtown in the middle of the night, you can hear screaming and pleas for help, but there's no one ever there. Other campfire legends say you can see the victims of the storm staring back at you from reflections in glass or mirrors throughout the city. It's these stories that make Massaro's photo all the more chilling. So could this really be a woman who lost her life in the Great Storm of 1900?
Uncertain about your future? Looking for guidance? Get expert advice right from the...
If you want to see some more freaky photos, then check out
Okay,
that link on the
guys.
top there. Otherwise, this...
It is 2:30 in the morning. That's going to be it for me right now. I am falling asleep, if you couldn't tell already. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight. I should be back tomorrow. My daughter got me Pokemon Snap, and there was another game. I can't remember what it was. But I will be playing earlier in the day non-scary games, and then maybe, no promises, I'll play some demo to Resident Evil 8 tomorrow night. So this is Nicky Nick and the Witching Hour. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm mostly on Instagram. And I'll see you next time. Have a great night. Thanks, Dog Boss, for stopping by.